diesel on the road. Got diesel, look. Right, I've been asked a few questions and I'm going to give you a few answers. First one is, what do I think about winter riding and riding gear and what gear I should have in the winter? Well, I don't generally ride in the rain. It's damp today and that's because it is I'm working in Exeter, which is like 30 miles away. It takes me about, well, 18, 19 miles I should say. It takes me about half an hour in the morning and about an hour and 20 minutes to get home because of the traffic. And as I'm not taking any tools with me today, because they are there, I'm taking the bike. And it looks horrible. I'm not really, like I say, not really the right person to be asking about winter gear. I'll ride in the cold. I don't tend to ride in the wet. Why? Because I don't like getting wet. I've got a car which I pay tax insurance for. Got a van I pay tax insurance for. So why get wet? That's my point of things. I generally wouldn't wear my race suit in the winter because it's fully perforated, I should say, and I'm pretty cold right now. And it's not actually that cold, but there we go. I normally wear my two-piece leathers, which has got liners in and things like that. So yeah, I don't mind riding in the cold. I've got heated grips when it does get cold. So yeah, wet weather gear I don't really have. You probably have to find a hardcore motovlogger to ask someone about wet weather gear. I'm afraid that isn't me. This is a good one because someone asked me this. What do I think about filtering? I think it's awesome. I can pretty much guarantee this traffic will be solid from Torquay to Newton Abbot. So for as long as this video is on, I will probably be filtering traffic. So yeah, I mean, I don't think it hurts. I mean, who am I hurting? Skipping traffic, you know, filtering traffic, nobody. I'm not going to hold anybody up at the lights. I'm going to get to the front. I'm quicker on the road than anybody else. I'm relieving congestion. That is what I am doing. Relieving congestion. So yeah, I feel sorry for you guys, especially in the hotter states, or you know, the hotter states, you know, like Florida and what have you. Not being able to cut through traffic in the heat must be a nightmare. The heat radiating off the bike in traffic. I mean, I don't necessarily agree with the way some people do it in California. You won't see me splitting like above 40 miles an hour, I would have thought. I mean, especially on the highway, as you call it. You know, I don't see how, if you're coming up on that quick on a highway when everyone's going in the same direction, people don't tend, I'm guilty of it, you don't tend to check your mirrors as much because everybody's heading in the same direction. And if you're coming through and they're doing 60 miles an hour and you're coming through at 80, it's a lot of distance to be closing up on. See, someone's looking in the mirrors. Thank you for that. So yeah, filtering, I feel sorry for the guys who can't do it. But it makes my life easier on the bike, being able to do it. I think that's 2 questions. I've got to try and remember what I said. Oh, Huskers GBR had a question. What would I feel about my kids growing up to be like TT legends or MotoGP, or how would I feel about them doing that for a living? You know, like I say, if my kids want to ride bikes, they're, you know, I'm more than happy for them to do that. I did it from the like I say, the age of 3 or 4, and I feel personally, why have you got your top down? It is raining. Good grief. Okay. What was I saying? Yeah, I mean, if they want to ride bikes, which they do now. My son rides a little KTM dirt bike, and my daughter rides a quad bike, or a four-wheeler, whatever you want to call it. You know, I think personally that the risk, the freedom and the pleasure outweigh the risks, in my opinion. My wife might have a different take on it. But she doesn't mind them riding dirt bikes and things like that. Obviously, she might feel differently when it comes to getting one for the road. Yeah, the chances of them becoming TT legends and things like that is pretty slim. Yeah, the chance of them becoming, I wouldn't be able to afford. I mean, it's expensive sport, racing. Maybe motocross I could probably afford, but possibly. But road racing, the money in it is too big. There's no way that I could fund going from track to track, buying bikes, buying bits, buying leathers. So yeah, if they wanted to do that and we could afford it, I'd quite happily let them pursue that. Yeah, so I don't know how to feel about them riding the TT, mind. That's a bit of a one mistake and you've had it. It's yeah, I might have a few words to say about that, but yeah, I would never stop them doing something they really wanted to do, as long as they thought about it and rock. Thought about it properly and, you know, decided to make an educated decision rather than just jumping in at it and not thinking about the consequences. So yes, that's that one. One more. And I know this guy's been asking me for a while to do this. Sid Smith. He's saying, what do I think about 50cc scooters? I'm just trying a new little setup on the bike to see how it works. See how clear it comes out on the phone. Oh, it's a bicycle man. Yeah, 50cc scooters. Okay, I have nothing against scooters. I don't think they're the safest thing in the world. Oh, he better not be going to Exeter and be stuck behind him. But he is. I need to get ahead of him. I just don't think they're the safest thing. Safest thing in the world. I think it might be a bit too bouncy. The problem I have with them, I mean, around town when you're doing 30, 40 mile an hour, no problems, you know, they can keep up with traffic. In fact, they'll probably be quicker than traffic in most circumstances. But in our country at least, they're allowed to go on dual carriageways like this, which is a 70 mile an hour speed limit. Now, everybody speeds on a dual carriageway. I'm not doing it quite so much now because there's a police car behind me. But it's the closing speed. You know, if you're doing 40 mile an hour, probably less if you're going up a hill, and then someone comes round and they're doing 80 mile an hour, you know, the closing speed is very close. And even worse on our B roads where it's 60 mile an hour speed limit, windy roads, and if you're doing, let's say, 35 mile an hour around a corner and someone comes round at 60, I just don't think it's a particularly safe thing to be doing. I may not be too happy with my kids if they decided to get a scooter. I wouldn't mind them running around town. Any longer routes, you know, I'd rather be the dad taxi and take them myself. So yeah, I mean, I have the same sort of issues with cyclists on main roads. You know, it's the speed difference I think is the dangerous thing, and the fact that a lot of the times on bikes, when you get into trouble, the easiest and the safest way is to accelerate past. Obviously you can't do that on a scooter. It's not something you can really do because you don't have the power to be able to do it. So yeah, I'm not sure how this is going to come out. It's quite bouncy, that mount. Get enough distance between me and the police car. So guys, that's it for the first vlog of the day. Sorry it's fairly vague, but there we go. If anyone wants me to do more vlogs like this, asking me questions, things from my past, you know, just write me in the comments, send me a Facebook or Instagram picture or something with a little note on it. So don't forget to follow me on those social media pages. And don't forget, stickers are still for sale. All profits go to DBA Foundation. I've got a slow trickle coming in of people buying them, so it's all good. I've got plenty of stickers to sell. You know, I've bought them, I want to get rid of them. And I want the money to go to a good cause. So £2 a sticker, $3.20 shipped around the world. 100% of that goes to DBA. Please do this. If you don't want a sticker, just donate 50p. There you go. Let's see if we can make a little bit of a difference. This problem. God, well done. You know, this. See if we can try and help find a cure. That's what I meant to say. There, guys. Cheers. Take it easy. Bye bye.